The date is July 30th, 2005, the Carolina Sports Arena in Burlington, North Carolina, and it has all come down to this. A 23-man field is down to 2. Shannon Moore, representing the home state of North Carolina, and Krazy K, representing South Carolina, are the final 2 competitors in the AWA World Light Heavyweight Championship Tournament. For this final bout, your official is Charles Richardson of CWF Mid-Atlantic, and I am joined by CWF Mid-Atlantic representative, the Gemini Kid.
Brad Stutz, it's a pleasure to be here. I've been looking forward to this all weekend. The main event, the championship, the AWA World Light Heavyweight Championship will be crowned. You think about the championship has been held by such people as Mike Graham, as Buck Zumhoff, and now tonight we will have a new champion. I think with Shannon Moore in there, nobody really is surprised to see Shannon make the finals, but Krazy K, Kirby Mack has got to be the huge underdog, upset-driven challenger.
And there is the bell. AWA President Mr. Dale Gagne put me on the spot in the last match and asked me who I picked to win. I said, in my opinion, there is no countering the experience of Shannon Moore. Gemini Kid, pick me a winner.
I'm going to tell you, Stutz, you put me on the line here. As much as I want to pick Krazy K, Kirby Mack, I don't know that I can say that he's going to be able to beat Shannon Moore here tonight, but I'm going to say long shot odds, I'm going to go with Krazy K.
You're going to go with Krazy K.
I'm going to bet $1 on it, and I think it's paying 100 to 1.
A little friendly smack from Krazy K. Shannon Moore is not in a friendly mood whatsoever and sends Krazy K to the floor. We've talked about the credentials of both men throughout both nights of this tournament. Shannon Moore from World Championship Wrestling, World Wrestling Entertainment, has wrestled all over the country and all over the world. Kirby Mack, relatively unknown on the national and international scene, made one appearance in Ring of Honor that did not go the way he wanted, and has been looking in this tournament to break that stigma and break out of that mold. Is a former CWF Rising Generation League champion, held that belt for an entire year. Extended to the corner, big clothesline by Krazy K sends Shannon Moore to the floor.
Stutz, I'm going to tell you how much importance this World Championship means to these guys. Shannon Moore was offered a trip to Italy this week. He was offered a trip to Italy this week that was going to pay big money, and he turned it down because he said he wanted to add something that he's never had, and that's the World Light Heavyweight Championship. The AWA title means that much to this man that he turned down a trip to Italy and huge money for the opportunity and what will come with the prestige of holding this championship.
That speaks tremendous volumes for what this championship will mean on a national and international level. Shannon Moore, we've talked about, fresh off international exposure, fresh off television. Krazy K looking to use the belt to catapult his name to that level. Shannon Moore looking to capture the belt to remain at that level. Their path to the tournament. Shannon Moore got a first-round bye. In the second round, defeated Dexter Poindexter with a Morgasm off the second rope. In the quarterfinals, defeated Ricky Landell with a half crab. And in the semifinals, defeated Nate Madsen with a half crab. Krazy K did not get a first-round bye. Roll up by Shannon Moore. Only gets 2. Krazy K did not get a first-round bye. He defeated Kamikaze Kid in the opening round, defeated Damien out of Utah in the second round, the quarterfinals, defeated Ricky Reyes in the semifinals, and the quarterfinals, and defeated Jarrell Clark in the semifinals to put him here.
Close pinfall there. They're going move for move, trying to get that pinfall. Let me tell you something about Kirby Mack, too, that you may not be aware of. This man has proven tonight he can pull off the upsets. He's definitely an upset winner over Ricky Reyes. He's definitely an upset winner over Jarrell Clark. Now he's got Shannon Moore. Can he make the trifecta? Can he pull off 3 upset wins in one weekend? Well, this man has also scored pinfall victories over AJ Styles.
That's exactly right.
He's also scored pinfall victories over Jeff Hardy. He's also recently, in the past couple of months, right before Carino won the World Heavyweight Championship, he defeated Steve Carino in South Carolina in Spartanburg.
Krazy K has got the credentials. Big shoulder tackle. Shannon Moore using that size that he has bulked up. Big deep on that arm drag. And again, the crowd comes alive for Krazy K.
Great move by Krazy K. He's using his speed. He might have the edge in speed on Shannon Moore, just barely, because Shannon's fast too, but Krazy K is going to exploit everything he's got going in his way, and speed is definitely one of them.
So speaking as a competitor of nearly 2 decades, as a trainer, what would be your strategy going into this match if you're Krazy K looking to pull off that tremendous upset?
Well, number one is riding on that enthusiasm, that momentum that the crowd can give you, because the crowd is 100% behind Krazy K. They want to see this young man pull off this incredible 3rd upset victory this weekend and capture the World Championship. He's got to use that to his advantage. He's got to exploit that with Shannon Moore and hope he gets turned around by that crowd cheering for Kirby. Kirby's also got to use that quickness. He's got to take advantage every time he can to use that quickness to get in an extra blow, an extra shot in on Shannon, because you're going to have to beat this man and beat this man and beat this man down. You got to convince him not to kick out on 3, or else you got to convince him to, yes, say I quit, that I can't stand it anymore, the pain's too much. It takes a lot of pounding. It likes a lot of grueling moves to wear down a wrestler that they're going to say, yeah, I'm going to give up, or yeah, I'm not going to kick out on his 3. This guy's taking too much out of me. The World Championship is on the line.
Krazy K, collar and elbow. The fans clearly behind Krazy K. We've talked about throughout the weekend. A lot of people were looking at this as a homecoming of sorts for Shannon Moore. Shannon Moore kind of turning up his nose at his home state, resenting the fact that he's not making the big money with the guaranteed contracts. But I tell you, if as C.W. Anderson pointed out earlier tonight, if Shannon Moore pulls off this tournament, he'll be right back. Deep arm drag from Krazy K, another one. If Shannon Moore pulls off this tournament victory, he'll be right back in that upper echelon, making tremendous money and working all over the world defending that championship.
There's no doubt about it. The AWA World Light Heavyweight Championship will be defended in all the territories represented by the AWA, which is right now at 20, and by the end of this month or next month, it'll be 25, including recent additions of Italy and the United Kingdom. So he will have the opportunity to defend that championship in Europe, as well as in Japan, and of course, all over North America.
We saw Gregory Versetti in the 1st and 2nd rounds representing his home country of Italy, as they're now jumping aboard the AWA bandwagon. The AWA has been reborn. Steve Corino as the World Heavyweight Champion, and tonight we crown,
Oh my God!
big time spine buster. No, Kirby Mack holds on to the top rope, holding on for all he's worth.
We saw that move earlier in the evening against Jarrell Clark, and he tried for the counter. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Around these parts, we call that the swinging Schwans. Jackknife pin, but only gets a count of 2, perfected by Otto Schwans. The AWA has been reborn, and tonight we complete another step in that legacy of rebuilding the AWA as we crown a World Light Heavyweight Champion.
This match has really been going back and forth. Shannon Moore now taking a very much control of this match.
Shannon Moore, big suplex, drops Kirby Mack on the canvas, makes the cover, no hesitation on Shannon Moore. He is going for the victory.
The question here for Shannon is he going to wear this guy down, or is he going to humiliate him a little bit? I mean, there's a lot of history between these two guys in the past. You think about the Hardys, Matt and Jeff Hardy. They've spent a lot of time with Krazy K, getting him prepared for these big-time matches, which he's been quite successful in. Now he's wrestling against Shannon Moore, another of the past Omega superstars.
Another trainee of Matt and Jeff Hardy at one point in his life.
Absolutely. So you've got all that training into both guys here. Both guys want to say they are the best. Not only the best trained in this area, but the best in the entire world.
I think really in some ways there could not have been a more fitting end to this tournament. The North Carolina and the South Carolina representative, both with their roots deep in the Carolinas, covered by Shannon Moore, awfully close to the ropes. I think that was just trying to embarrass Krazy K.
Definitely. He was just trying to humiliate him with that pin.
Both these men starting in North and South Carolina. Krazy K, as we've mentioned, CWF Rising Generation League champion for most of the year 2004 before losing the title to Kid Justice. Big neck breaker from Shannon Moore. Shannon Moore with a lackadaisical cover once again. Shannon Moore has competed throughout the Carolinas before getting called up to World Championship Wrestling with the likes of Champagne, the Hardy Boys, Venom, Shane Helms, and Mike Maverick. Competed in CWF Mid-Atlantic in 2001 against Champagne and came out victorious, if I recall correctly. So both these men have got tremendous history, tremendous lineage in this area but only one is going to get the bragging rights of being a world champion and winning the belt right here in the heart of North Carolina. Sunset flip from Krazy K, gets 2. That is the maneuver that Krazy K has used. Oh, cut off by a big leg lariat. That is the maneuver that Krazy K has used twice in this tournament to bring him victories.
He's going to what works for him, and unfortunately it wasn't enough to keep Shannon Moore down. Shannon is in great physical condition. He hasn't lost a step at all.
Crucifix pin, only gets 2. 10 minutes gone, 20 minutes remain, only a 30-minute time limit as the hour is reaching late in Burlington, North Carolina, and make no mistake, this is the match that everyone in the Carolina Sports Arena has come to see. The conclusion of this 2-night, 23-man tournament. Shannon Moore now driving the knees into the head of Krazy K. Cover. Another lackadaisical cover is Krazy K. As Krazy K continues to kick out, Shannon Moore looked like a little trash talking there. Gemini Kid, is Shannon Moore taking Krazy K too lightly?
I don't know if he's taking him too lightly, but maybe he thought he can get away with this to shake him up. You know, sometimes that's what a veteran does, is you talk a little trash in the ring. You try to get into that opponent's head. You shake him up, you make him question whether he is good enough to take you out. I must admit, I've used that tactic many a time in my past. Shake up that opponent, make him wonder, and the next thing you know, you pull something out of the old bag of tricks and you got the guy down for the 3, and you're the one with your arm raised and picking up the big payday.
Shannon Moore competed all over the world, competed at WrestleMania 20, has been on pay-per-view, has been on television, has been in Japan, has been all over the world. He is not going to be intimidated by the big fight atmosphere that is present at the Carolina Sports Arena. Krazy K, you've mentioned, has pulled off some tremendous upsets in his career. But Krazy K has never been under the national and international microscope like he is now. It's an entirely different ball game to make it to a tournament final with all the world watching than it is to pull out an upset in a gymnasium on a small show against a named talent. But this is an entirely different ball game. Do you think Krazy K is going to be intimidated by being under the microscope like this?
I will tell you that I talked with Kirby before this event this afternoon, trying to figure out, you know, what his game plan was, trying to reassure him that this was, you know, an opportunity of a lifetime. He was definitely nervous going into this match, going into all these matches tonight. But, you know, that's what separates the guys that can't quite make it to the top from the ones that do, is that you use that nervousness, that excitability to your advantage to hype you up to the next level so that you can compete at 110%.
Krazy K with a big enziguri, both men down, as Charles Richardson, the veteran official from CWF Mid-Atlantic, applies the count. Both men now making their way to their feet. Richardson stops the count. Moore looking somewhat confident. Shot blocked. Krazy K with a shot to the face. Shannon Moore blocked again. Krazy K firing up on Shannon Moore. Shot to the midsection. Gonna shoot him off. Big clothesline. Another big clothesline. A fury of offense. Spinning leg lariat. A fury of offense from Krazy K. Makes a cover. Charles Richardson down and counts 2 3/4.
That was so close, so close. I thought that was going to be it. I mean, that's the kind of moves you got to put together to keep a guy like Shannon Moore down.
Big neck breaker. Drops the back across the knee. Cover. Only gets a count of 2. Krazy K is going for these covers at every opportunity. He's hoping that anything can capture him this victory.
If you can catch that guy when he's got a little bit of wind knocked out of him, that's when you score that upset pin. You know, the guy he's not ready to kick out. He's lost some wind. You make those covers, you never know when you might get lucky.
I dare say, with no disrespect whatsoever to the likes of an AJ Styles or a Steve Corino. Stinger splash into the buckle. Moore eats nothing but the buckle. Kirby Mack on the top. Somersaults and a moonsault. Makes a cover. 1, 2. Only 2. With no disrespect at all to Steve Corino and the likes of AJ Styles and Jeff Hardy, I dare say that for Krazy K to win this tournament would be the biggest upset that he has pulled off to date. As I mentioned earlier, there is a big difference between pulling off an upset at an independent show with no television exposure and pulling off an upset when the entire world is watching you.
Brad, this doesn't look good for Kirby. He had it all going his way.
German suplex. No, Moore is going to roll into it. Kirby Mack trying to pull himself up on the ropes. Oh, clubbing forearms to the back. Big time German in the middle of the ring.
Could be it.
No, Moore is going to roll again. Moore at this point is looking to administer punishment to Krazy K.
Three's the charm.
German turns Kirby Mack inside out, and Mack is in serious trouble in the middle of the ring.
I think his chances of winning just went down the drain with that one.
The crowd silent at the Carolina Sports Center. Cover, 1, 2. Krazy K is out at 2. The crowd coming alive a little bit for Krazy K, but have the hopes of the underdog, the upset kid, been dashed by the veteran Shannon Moore.
Shannon Moore is administering a ton of punishment with those 3 suplexes. Kirby can't have a whole lot left after absorbing those.
Slap across the face, a second one. Krazy K looks out on his feet. Shot to the gut. Fires off with a chop, does Shannon Moore.
Moore whips him into the ropes. Kirby hangs on.
Moore goes to the floor, and this gives Kirby Mack a chance to catch a breather, a well-earned breather.
I don't know how much breather we're gonna get. He's looking at his daredevil ways.
Krazy K is gonna take a chance.
Big plancha over the top, crushes Shannon Moore to the concrete floor.
Crossbody, Charles Richardson does not know what to make of the action. Obviously, no one in attendance wants to see a double count out or a non-decision, but both men down on the floor. Richardson administering the count.
They've got to get back in the ring. If it goes to a double count out, we'll have no champion. I don't know what Dale Gagne will do. He'll have to issue a ruling, a rematch. Well, I don't know when.
We'll obviously see a riot if after 2 days of intense action, we don't get a champion here at the Carolina Sports Arena. Both men now fighting up. Moore likes to come off the second ropes on that neck breaker that he calls the Moorgasm. Might be looking to ascend the ropes. Krazy K slugging it out on opposite sides of the buckle. Both men climbing up.
This is a very dangerous position these guys are in. They're both on the ropes. Anything could happen. You could slip and fall, and that's the end of the match. Could be the end of your career.
Both men are looking for something high risk to pull out and to capture this tournament.
They're jockeying for position. I don't know who's got the advantage. They're shifting the weights. I still can't tell who's got the advantage here. Oh, neck breaker off the top.
That was a version of the Moorgasm. That was almost an abbreviated version, an inverted version, excuse me, of Shannon Moore's finishing maneuver, and Krazy K is down and out, but both men are down. Moore likes to spring off the second rope and hit that neck breaker. With both men jockeying for position, Moore decided to go for it and came off the ropes with Kirby Mack.
I'm telling you, you're going to pull out all stops to win the World Championship. Shannon Moore just did that, but in doing so, he absorbed a tremendous impact from that move himself.
Cover. 3.
Got the 3 count.
Krazy K out of nowhere has pinned Shannon Moore.
I'm telling you, the impact of that neck breaker.
It looks like Krazy K, perhaps we miscalled it. I think Krazy K was the one that was able to capitalize on Shannon Moore's mistake.
I couldn't tell, Stutz, because they were both up there jockeying for position on the top rope, shifting their weights back and forth. You couldn't tell who had the advantage. The impact, I couldn't tell from the impact either. I mean, they both crashed hard into the mat.
Both men crashed and burned. El Fuego, Jesse Ortega.
And now here comes some more wrestlers from the locker room to congratulate Krazy K, Kirby Mack, on this historic victory, winning the AWA World Light Heavyweight Championship.
The CWF Mid-Atlantic regulars are in the ring congratulating. Here's X-Cyrus, Brass Monkey, congratulating Eric Matlock, raising Krazy K on the shoulders. And these fans at the Carolina Sports Arena are on their feet.
It's an absolutely unbelievable match. I'm telling you, this was history tonight. The legacy of the AWA continues. Dale Gagne with the championship belt, about to present it to Krazy K, Kirby Mack, as the fans are chanting wildly. I'm loving it, Brad. Stutz, I'm going to tell you, this night was fantastic. I'm jacked up. I don't get screaming and hollering much, but I'm telling you, the excitement is absolutely incredible here at Carolina Sports.
At this point, we're going to throw it to Dale Gagne in the ring. HighSpots.com wants to thank you for purchasing this DVD. I want to thank event promoter Thomas Simpson, Jeff Rudd, and Danny Winkle from CWF Mid-Atlantic. And now we will throw it to Dale Gagne, presenting Krazy K, Kirby Mack with the World Light Heavyweight Championship of the American Wrestling Association.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I would like to thank two fantastic athletes. Let's hear it for Shannon Moore. I know that Shannon feels the same way that I do, and as Shannon has been to the top of the ladder as far as this business goes with World Wrestling Entertainment, coming back to where it all started is kind of a homecoming, and he appreciates each and every one of you, I'm sure. Not much more to say other than, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, it is my privilege, as it is my privilege and pleasure, to introduce you to the new AWA World Light Heavyweight Champion. This is Krazy K.
I really don't know what to say right now, as far as my head just being going every which way. All I can say is, if anybody could have been anybody in this tournament that deserves this title. Any given day, you never know who's going to beat who. Jarrell could have went and took it, just like that. Everybody saw an amazing performance from Jarrell tonight. He could have had this title right here. All my life, all I wanted to do was be a pro wrestler. But you know, when you're small and you want to be a pro wrestler, nobody's going to believe you. Everybody's going to doubt you. And then when you get into the peer pressure years, everyone's going to make fun. But I didn't care. I never strayed away from being pro wrestling. Because I feel in my heart, that is what the good Lord put me on here, on this earth, and intended me to do. Some of the premier cruiserweights in the world is definitely the highlight of my career. I don't really know if it gets any better than the AWA Light Heavyweight title. I came out here, had 3 matches tonight, and I busted it hard. I didn't know if I was going to get through it. But I did. And I didn't do it on my own. I got to thank each and everyone out here that cheered me on this night. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. It was an honor and a pleasure to be in the ring with a great talent like you. Yeah. Thank you, sir. This is an honor and a pleasure, and I won't let anybody down. You've got that. Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for, as far as I'm concerned, two of the best on this planet, Mr. Shannon Moore. And your new AWA World Light Heavyweight Champion, this is Krazy K. On behalf of AWA Wrestling Entertainment Incorporated, on behalf of AWA CWF Mid-Atlantic, thank you very much. Make sure to tune in to AWAstars.com as well as AWAUSA.com. One more plug, it's AWA Mid-Atlantic.com for the CWF. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you very much for being part of history and our legacy. Hey, we'll see you at the matches.